the Tradition School of Herbal Studies in St. Petersburg, Florida. I am an acupuncture physician and registered herbalist. This one's for pretty much anybody who's been to a lecture of mine. Most of my patients, I've taught you this at some point. The idea of belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, embryonic breathing, it's all kind of the same thing. The reality is it's the way we're supposed to breathe. I use it for a variety of different purposes. From just a pure medical perspective, if we're doing good diaphragmatic breathing, we're increasing our lung capacity, increasing our oxygen intake, we're getting rid of a little bit of extra carbon dioxide. That actually is one of the ways our body regulates the pH of the blood. It's not the primary way, but it helps a little bit. It also moves 2/3 of the lymphatic fluids in our body. That's our waste disposal, that's our immune system, so ultimately pretty important stuff. But from a more energetic, spiritual standpoint even, we use it for things like anxiety, sleep disturbance, and we say that it quiets the monkey mind. Most of us, when we were little kids, we breathe properly. And if any of you are lucky enough to have children, belly just goes up and down all the time. About the time all of us, even the bullies, got to middle school, we were stressed out. And so we switched from this wonderful diaphragmatic breathing where our abdomen's going in and out to making massage therapists rich. We start breathing with our shoulders and our neck. So the trick is to get us out of that stress-related desperation kind of breath and get us back to the way we're supposed to be breathing, a respiration. Ultimately, the diaphragm, this dome-shaped muscle, that actually, a lot of people don't know this, it actually connects down here at the lumbar spine. So we can also give ourselves a nice little lumbar adjustment if we do this. It's to go back and start using that organ of respiration, the diaphragm. So really easy way to do it. Take your thumb, stick it in your belly button. If you're able to lay down, you can actually bend your knees, lay down on your back. It's way easier to do it that way. The other hand goes here. If we're stress breathing, if we're trying to give all our money to the massage therapist, we go like that. That upper hand moves. And so that's not the way we want to do it. That's a lot of work. We're expending too much energy doing it. If we relax our abdomen, the diaphragm comes down, a little bit less space here in our abdomen, our belly should pooch out. So what we'll see is, give you a side view. And so only the lower hand moves. So we want to avoid stress breathing and focus on belly breathing. And there's certainly advanced ways to do that. Some people are holding nostrils, some are counting and holding. Nobody does that 24 hours a day. That's a specialized exercise that has a different intention. For me, what I try to do is get us out of our head. Think about where all my energy goes. When I'm stress breathing, and that energy, it goes up. And all of that stuff goes up here to that internal dialogue that we've got. We're not talking to ourselves, we have monkey mind, it's chatter. And you know what, if you've ever been to the monkey house in the zoo, there's plexiglass over it. Those monkeys sling poo. And so you've got a whole troop of monkeys up in your head slinging poo if you're stress breathing. So cut off their food supply, the monkeys will go elsewhere. But what nobody talks about is the horse mind. This is the logical reasoning mind in Chinese medicine. It resides here in our abdomen, really just below your belly button and what we call the dantian. This poor thing, for most of us, it's starving. It's way back in butt tooth and eaten up by bugs. So we need to start feeding our horse. So top hand doesn't move, lower hand, watch where the energy goes. All the breath comes in and it goes down. The horse is happy. Logical reasoning mind takes over. No monkeys screaming like banshees up in our head. So you should start with about 10 breaths twice a day. In the morning before you roll out of bed to start your day right. A little extra oxygen, moving all that stagnant lymph, and it stops the anxiety that some people start their day with. And then at night, while we're trying to go to sleep, ultimately to quiet the stress of the day, lay there for just a minute, 10 simple, normal breaths with the diaphragm going down and the abdomen gently expanding out. But the reality is, it's how we're supposed to breathe. So I encourage everybody, do it more. You will not overdo breathing normal. And so practice, it takes most people a week or two to kind of relax enough for that belly to expand out a little bit, and then do it as much as you can. And anytime you're stressed, start stress breathing, feeling anxiety, a few simple breaths, and it will vanish because the monkeys are no longer getting fed. This is Bob Linde from the Tradition School of Herbal Studies, talking about how to sleep better, improve your immune system through diaphragmatic breathing, and starving monkeys. Poor monkeys. Subscribe now. We'll see you next time.